What's up, everyone? How you doing out there? Welcome to this edition of the Houston Roundball Review presents Let's Talk Houston Rockets. It's been about 10 weeks since I did one of these. How you doing out there? If you're in H-Town or you're in Texas, South Texas, hope you're prepared for the storm named Beryl. Get ready, get everything in order and your supplies and all that kind of stuff. It's going to rain, depending on where you are. It might get a lot of wind, a lot of rain here. Hopefully, just rain here in Houston. Let's talk Rockets. Let's talk your thoughts on Rockets drafting Reed Sheppard. Your thoughts on Summer League. Your thoughts on the Rockets not making any other major moves so far in free agency. As I said in Folks Talking Sports or the Houston Roundball Review Takeover, the Rockets weren't going to make a lot of moves. Nothing fancy, nothing major, nothing earth-shattering in free agency, and they haven't. They announced officially today, July 6th, is the first day teams can sign their free agents. This evening, they announced the re-signing of Aaron Holiday, 2-year deal for $10 million. That's pretty much it. They're not going to do much else. I said it. Justin, thank you very much. Solo, how you doing? It has been a while. There are some reasons for that. Well, it's been a while. I'm going to get into it. But Justin, thank you. Yes, I have been on the last 2 Sundays on KHOU Sports Extra with Jason Bristol, Zach, and Jackson Gatlin talking about the Rockets. It's always good to be on TV. Always good to be on a different platform. Solo says he loves Reed Sheppard's fit. Justin, what do you think about it? What are your thoughts on it? I like it. I don't know if I love it. Y'all know I wasn't a big person. The Rockets drafted him at 3. I think Reed is a hell of a shooter. But when is he going to play? Who's not going to play? If you have Fred, Jalen, Aaron Holiday, Cam, where is Amin going to play? Tari's back. Healthy, of course. Where are the minutes going to come from for Reed Sheppard? Justin says he likes the fit, but the Rockets right now are very guard heavy. Jamon says Reed will take Aaron Holiday's minutes. When? When is that going to happen? And if he's going to take Aaron's minutes, why re-sign Aaron? Or was he just for trade him later on? I guess, but bringing back Jayshawn Tate, they're going to bring back Uncle Jeff, going to bring back Jock Landale. I haven't talked about it. They acquired AJ Griffin. Forgot about him. He'll probably replace Reggie Bullock. But where are these minutes going to? How are they going to be divided? What about that? Solo says Rockets have a legit 15-man rotation, and honestly, only 9 or 10 are going to play consistent minutes. So those other guys who don't play, what about them? The other roster moves, the 2-way contracts for Nate Williams, bringing back Nate Hinton, all that kind of stuff. Okay, that's not earth-shattering. It's not nothing major. Justin says, I think they will roll with what they have for now and revisit trades after All-Star. Jamon believes Reed's going to back up Fred VanVleet. The plan should be to have Reed ready to be the starting point guard when Fred VanVleet moves on. I'm good with that. And again, let's get right into it. I'm going to say this. I disagree with this person. I'm not going to say who the person is. It's irrelevant. Justin, no intention to extend Jalen Green and Şengün they're not in a rush to extend them now. Okay, now as in July. So not an intention. That's not entirely accurate. As my phone is being there, you go. Correct cuts. How you doing? Oh, he's now Mr. 47 wins in the building. Game's hard. We're talking about that right now, my man. Not getting an extension. I believe it's less than 50-50. You know, I think he will get it. It may not be soon, but I think he will get it eventually. I mean, Jalen still is a hell of a talent. You know, I understand Ime wants to see if he can do it again in October and November and not just late February and March. I understand that. That's fair. You know, Jalen's people are going to, once Cade Cunningham makes it official with Detroit, Jalen's people are going to be, hey, Detroit agreed to Cade, and Cade hasn't won anything. My guy's helping Rockets win. So, you know, that's going to be interesting. Correct cuts. All right. But you're saying 47 wins right now in July. You're saying that. Okay. You going to stick with that? You going to stick with that? Come October, we shall see. But everybody watching, thank you for chiming in, tuning in on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. You know, I call it Musk. But on right there, the HR review. But of course, also on the Houston Roundball Review Facebook fan page, and naturally on the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel, like the Facebook page, follow me on Twitter. Also follow the Houston Roundball Review on the other social media platforms, IG, Spottable, Threads, and TikTok at Houston Roundball Review. But I'm going to touch on it again. Put it out there. A colleague said that they believe Reed Sheppard will be a bust. And honestly, I was stunned to hear it. Because I know that thought never entered my mind. And not, like I said, I don't agree with it. Okay. Reed Sheppard will not be a bust. Reed Sheppard is more than just a great outside shooter. Reed Sheppard is a high IQ basketball player. Reed Sheppard is a better athlete than I think people realize. And we could get into some of that with the color of his skin, reverse racism. Some folks just make assumptions, and you know what happens when you assume. But Reed Sheppard, I believe, will have a solid, I'm not predicting all NBA top 15 player kind of career, but I think he'll make a few all-star games. I think he'll have a hell of a career, and he'll be a benefit for the Rockets. Being a bust, that never entered my mind at all. Never. Rockets propaganda. Welcome. Thank you for your comment. Correct cut says he likes the Aaron Holiday signing. Sort of unexpected. I expected Reed to take all of Aaron's minutes, but a bit crowded in the backcourt now. Jamon says saying he's going to be a bust this early is foolishness. Correct cuts, Reed a bust. No. Justin comparing him to Matt Maloney. No. No. I don't remember Matt Maloney blocking shots and things that Reed Sheppard can do. No. No. Solo says he can see Reed Sheppard being like a Derek White in the future. And I'm going to say this to folks because I know I have more people, more Rocket fans tune into this show than my other shows. So if you did not see me, as Justin pointed out, on KHOU Sunday's Sports Extra, I mentioned it this past Sunday. Little tidbit that I came across a few days ago, mentioned on one of my other shows, my Thursday show, live stream show, the Roundball Review Takeover. Reed Sheppard, his 1 year at Kentucky, had more blocked shots, or blocked more shots, whatever you want to call it, than Houston Cougars defensive stalwart Jamal Shead. And obviously, Reed Sheppard is a different kind of defensive player than Jamal Shead. But the fact Reed Sheppard, how many of y'all knew that? Reed Sheppard had more blocked shots than Jamal Shead. So correct cuts. That's the wild take about Reed being a bust. He's, like I said, he's very solid. Multiple years in the league, solid player. My Reed comp, I'm not big into that anymore. I have to think about it a little bit and probably do one or two shows after Rocket Summer League games. Maybe I'll have a better idea of who he reminds me of. I don't know. I mean, defense. I think about that. I'm not even say I don't know. Miri, welcome. Says Reed is perfect fit for the Rockets. Justin chiming in again, not saying that they have the same playing style, but I think Reed will have the same impact as a Manu on the Spurs. Both high IQ players. Jamal adds, imagine how much he'll improve defensively being mentored by Fred and Ime. And I hope y'all heard, excuse me, as I take a sip of my round ball review mug. Click on that shot button. Hint, hint. How Reed said at his post game, at his intro press conference, at his mom, who was a heck of a player in high school and in college at Kentucky. Mom told him repeatedly, and Coach Udoka mentioned it as well in their get-together dinner with Reed and his family. Reed, don't be soft. Reed, you cannot be soft. That's part of it right there in the NBA being a success in the pros. You can't be soft. You cannot let opponents think you are soft. And I'm going to just play it right here. This is part of Reed's comment. Reed and Coach Udoka about defense and one-on-one defense. That is Reed's, it's a rookie. NBA defense, one-on-one defense. He's going to be challenged. He's a much better team defender than he is on the ball defender. But here we go.
Yeah, I think on the defensive side, a lot of it is just fighting. It's really hard to just really stay in front of someone the whole possession. So no matter what happens, always fight. If they get by you, don't give up on the play. You can trail and try to get a back tip or a block or something, or somehow interfere what he is trying to do. Don't just give up. Always stay in the play. Never give up. And then really just knowing what the team needs defensively. If you're supposed to be in the gap, be in the gap. If you're not, then you're not. So being a good team defender, I think, is really important.
And for me, I think to piggyback on what Reed said, he has the effort, toughness, competitiveness, and it kind of starts with that on the defensive end, to have that mentality and mindset. And then, like you said, one-on-one defense is one of the toughest things to do in the league, and he'll improve in that area just like guys did last year. But what we looked at and we saw a lot on film was his deflections, his steals, his team defense, always being in the right spot, and that takes IQ. That takes not just knowing what you're doing, knowing what your team is doing. And so a lot of similarities with Fred. Gets a lot of hands on the balls and steals and deflections and those things, and his anticipation is great there. We had him in the gym playing a little bit with our guys and did the same thing there, and so took the challenge of some bigger guys as well, and so he'll fit into what we do well and only get better as time goes on.
What are your thoughts on that? And I'm going to issue a challenge to everyone. I'm being serious. I'm not hating on anyone for the comps, but I want to do something different, or at least try for us to do something different. Because the comps for Reed, other than Solo, I think, saying that he could see him like a Derek White in the future. That's more what I want to see, get to. Folks comparing Reed, saying Matt Maloney, Mark Price, Kirk Heinrich. That's what I want. KO, I'm serious. That's what I want. Compare Reed to somebody who's not white. Too often we do it. Media does it too. Society does it. Pick a sport. Only compare white players to white players. African American players to other African American players. The style of play is what matters. The comparison is what their skill set and how they perform. I don't care what color you are. Who do your skills remind you of? That's what I want to get to. Correct Cut says, seemed like a very team-oriented, very, very much. He's very team-first kind of player. Very much so. He's selfless. KO says, Rip Hamilton. I don't know if he runs around as much as Rip does, but interesting. But yeah, Justin says, but Justin, Mark Price, how long ago was Mark Price? The youngsters may not know who Mark Price is. They may never seen Mark Price hoop. Mark Price was a hell of a player, though. He's a bad, bad man. He was something else, man. Boy, he could get it done. He could shoot. He could get it done. Reed, Damon says Reed has the potential to be like Klay Thompson. Yeah, bring him more to this generation, these NBA players. Just not going to just have guys throwing out random people. Now, I want you to be serious. You all know basketball. You are smart basketball fans. You watch the game. Most of y'all are students of the game. You're not just fans of the game. You're not just fans. You study the game. You see basketball. Most of y'all watch more than just the Rockets play. Solo says Kyle Lowry. Better shooter than Kyle. Greg Cut says Avery Johnson, better shooter than Avery. Team-oriented, more of a natural point, selfless, solid, undersized. Justin, you're older than I thought, brother. Yeah, youngsters need to get familiar with those good players back in the day. I agree. I have no problem with that. Mark Price was a hell of a player. Hell of a player. Hell of a guard. Mary loved Reed to be transformed into CP3. Okay. The IQ part, I like that. I like that. Reed's game is more 3-point deeper range than CP, but the heady play, the team defense, the smarts. I like that. Bobby Jackson. That's interesting. Hadn't thought about that one. That's interesting. Tell me why, Rock. Tell me why. And see, Correct Cuts was impressed by that answer as well, because it's been a while since I heard that name. And Justin did say impact like Manu. Yeah. Dante DiVincenzo, solo. Okay. So, yep, Manu's. All right, well, let's do this. What are y'all's thoughts? We'll get back to Reed Sheppard in a second, in a moment. The AJ Griffin deal. And add to it. Are any of you all disappointed? Jamon, I'm kind of leaning towards you here. Disappointed Rafael has not made a major move, a bigger splash so far this early in the offseason? Are y'all good with just letting the moves that Rafael has made, or really just roster moves here and there, tweak here, and then bringing back Aaron Holiday? Or did y'all want Rafael? Do y'all want Rafael to be bold and make a big splash? How many of y'all were in favor of the rumored trade, which would have brought Marcus Smart to the Rockets? Just putting it out there. So let me know your thoughts. Solo says he's fine with the moves made. KO says Reed has a lot of Steve Nash, to be fair. Oh, and let me be clear. The comp is the comp. But I just don't want us to be pigeonholed. Because too many times we just do that. And I clue myself in it too. I try to break myself of that habit. But, you don't always have to compare white to white and black to black. The skill set is what I'm looking for. All right, let's see here. Johnny Casanova, 713. Thank you for your comment. Thank you for taking time to join us on this edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. He's a Calvin Murphy, Allen Iverson type of player. Not as quick as AI, handle-wise. Okay. Correct Cuts. Love the AJ Griffin addition. Great shooter. Adds a little size. Had a great rookie season. Not a bad pickup. We'll see which Griffin the Rockets get. The AJ from his rookie year or the AJ from his second year with the Hawks. Justin, from what I've heard, he was a guy with potential, but he just did not get a lot of playing time. Some say Griffin has behavior issues. Seems like the Rockets are running a rehab center. Jackson Gatlin touched on that a little bit in Sunday's show. Jamon says, can't criticize Stone thus far. There probably wasn't a deal to be made right now. It looks like Stone is preparing to make an offer for Devin Booker when the Suns finally decide to blow it up. Let's talk about that. Solo says, we have Dylan Brooks already. We don't need Marcus Smart too. Rockets propaganda answered my question to him a few minutes ago. Bobby Jackson was a small guard who could play either guard spot. Was a very solid and heady defender. Good shooter as well. Points noted. With AJ added, we're crowded with the forwards right now. Now, right? Tari, Bari, Tate, AJ, Brooks. Rockets. I mean, Solo said it early in the show. Rockets can go 15 deep. I'd probably say 10 to 12, but, the talent is there. The experience is getting there. Justin says, I don't think no deal could have been made. Getting Durant would have done nothing but gut the team. But let's get into think Jamal touched on it, right? Yeah. Devin Booker. Would y'all want Book on the Rockets? And I would assume a deal involving Devin Booker coming here would involve, or wouldn't it involve, Jalen Green going to Phoenix? Y'all good with that? Correct cuts. If they break it up and the Rockets are interested, we need to go after Booker, not Durant. Booker is younger, a better shooter, etc. Solo says he is good with Book being on the team and Jalen going to the Suns. Jamon says he'd make that trade right now. Justin says he thinks most deals would involve Green, to be honest. Greg Cuts agrees. Yes, Jalen would have to go if we're getting Booker. Rockets propaganda NBA thinks fans want Jalen gone more than they actually want Book. Let's dive into that. Why is that? All right. Do any of y'all agree with that assessment? How many of y'all want Jalen gone? And if you want Jalen gone, why do you want him gone? I'm not even talking about in a deal for Book. Why do you want Jalen gone? Is it because, what the hell? I'm not going to say. I'm not going to put words in your mouth or in your fingers as you type. Why do you want Jalen Green gone? If you do. Just curious. No wrong answer. Y'all are coming, y'all bringing it strong here this evening. So real quick, let me salute y'all. Jimon, honest. He's curious to see what Jalen looks like to start the season, but he's on thin ice. Why do you say that, Jimon? Solo says he does not want Jalen gone. Justin, Green's issue is during the regular season, he is up and down. But towards the end of the season, when it doesn't count, he finally turns up his play. So he's just not consistent. He has not played well in October. Season starts late October, November, and December. Consistently shooting the ball well, not efficient. Defense wanes up and down. So y'all agree with that? So to piggyback on that, how many of y'all want the Rockets to sign Jalen to a contract extension? Correct cuts. Likes Jalen. Not a bad player. Obviously, still has a long way to go. But if we transition into win now mode, Booker is a fierce competitor and has proven to be a lethal scorer at a high level. Whether the Rockets make the playoffs depends on how much growth we see from both Jalen and Jabari. If Jalen particularly starts slow, Stone will have pressure to course correct by making a trade. Correct cuts. I just wouldn't mind that trade-off Book for Jalen. I hope Green is in the weight room to get stronger so he can get to the hole better and finish through contact. I'm at that part. Games Harden. You want the Rockets to sign Jalen to the extension. Am I right in that? So that's kind of interesting. I think I'll do that for the next show. I'll type it as a poll question So we'll have it official. Let's keep track of it. But let's see. Rockets play the Summer League Rockets. Play the Summer League Lakers on July 12th, 6:30 Central Time. So after that game, we'll do another Let's Talk Houston Rockets, and I'm not going to spend too much to discussing what we saw in the game because it's Summer League. I'm not going to make a big deal of if Reed struggles to make shots or Reed has his shot blocked, or I'm not going to lose my mind if Reed shoots 75% from three, whatever. Justin says Rockets are just stringing Nate Hinton along. Hey, Nate likes it in Houston. He likes the organization. Clifford still believes in himself, and he still believes he has a legit chance with the Rockets franchise. I wish him well. Known him for a long time. He's still on that grind. But as Jamal mentioned it, playoffs, Correct Cuts mentioned Rockets in win now mode. So far this week in NBA free agency, who have the Rockets passed in the West? I'm curious. I think I know the answer. Which team do y'all believe has had the best additions or done the best in free agency this week so far? It's OKC. Well, acquisitions, it's OKC. Bringing in Caruso, getting Hardenstein, re-signing their core guys. Whew. Salute to Sam Presti. Man, he's on it. Correct Cuts likes the Rockets holding off on extending Jalen and Alp. Okay. Interesting. Awesome move. Give them one more chance to prove themselves before locking up money into their accounts. Justin with the little pebble toss at Bronny, scored 4 points today, staying close to his USC average for now. James Harden asked me if I have faith in Jalen being 1 or 2. No, I don't. No. And part of my answer for that, reason for that, is just like many of the family have said tonight. He's just not consistent enough yet in October, November, and December. Hell, in January. He's got to be that guy. He's got to become that guy. Draymond does not believe the Rockets will make the playoffs this year because the West is too stacked. And the Grizzlies will have Ja Morant again. As long as Ja doesn't do anything to get himself in trouble off the court again. Correct Cuts, OKC and Dallas have had great off seasons. Great off season. Great for the Mavs. Great. Decent. I'll just say decent. Better than the Lakers. I'll say that. Justin says he wishes he could have seen a man play in Summer League again, but he is with the USA select team. He and Jabari are on that team along with Jalen Duran. Let's see, who else? Langston Galloway. Micah Potter. Willie Gibson was Florida here. Jaime Jaquez Jr., Trey Murphy, Brandon Miller, Keegan Murray, Brandon Podziemski, Jalen Suggs, and Peyton Pritchard. Oh, and of course, Cooper Flagg, a top 3 pick in the 2025 NBA draft. And the team select, they're in Vegas now. They are training July 6th through July 8th. So yeah, hopefully, unfortunately, by the time I get there, weather permitting, on July 8th, they'll be gone. Oh well. But all right. Correct Cuts, Mr. 47 Wins says the Rockets are definitely making the playoffs. Denver has gotten worse. The Clippers have gotten worse. The Pelicans are a question mark. The Grizz are a question mark. Rockets will be better with another year together. Denver's gotten worse since July. I mean, they can find guys to shore up their bench. They still got this Joker and Jamal Murray. So that's a hell of a 1-2 punch. And he says it again. He's speaking from his chest. We definitely making the playoffs. What team is going to tank for Cooper Flag and a few others? Two other top 3 young man? I forgot his name. Young man from Rutgers. Him, and it's just a loaded draft. It's loaded. Justin, I'll say this though: Rockets had Denver number last season. They beat them a lot. Matchups part of it too. Yeah. All right, let's see. Jamal says for the Rockets, or believes for the Rockets to make a playoff, a superstar will have to emerge from either Green, Smith, or Şengün. Şengün is the closest to that. He has doubts about Green and Smith. X-Ray, thank you for chiming in. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. It's been about 12 weeks talking Rockets only on this show, specifically on this show, but I do discuss the Rockets on Folks Talking Sports, as well as on the Thursday live stream show of the Houston Roundball Review Takeover. So you can, if you're able to join me noon hour on Thursdays, I talk Rockets as well. But also that's more of the H-Town college teams. But I also toss in some Cougs stuff, some Cougs, Rice, TSU, but Rockets also. So all right, we'll see if you're gonna stick with that 47 wins. We'll see. Hey, like I said, it's fair. It's July. That's all I'm saying. It's July. Injuries could play a part. Denver's depth has taken a hit. No question. Hell, it started 5, losing KCP. That's a big blow. Sure. But OKC had the 1 seed last year, and I think they made better additions on paper so far this summer. Minnesota, let's not forget about them. The West is still stacked. But okay, let me see. Correct Cuts has the Rockets in the playoffs. Jamon has the Rockets missing the playoffs unless a superstar emerges. But who else believes the Rockets will make the playoffs for the 2024-25 season? Justin, nobody wants to be on the Lakers. Ime wants to compete. He's eager to compete. He was kind of pushing for the Marcus Smart thing. X-Ray says, the Rockets, same team, just plus Reed Sheppard. And right now they are. That's it. That is it. X-Ray, are you good with that? Are you good? And everybody watching, folks, joining in the last few minutes, are you okay with the Rockets, Rafael Stone going slowly, proceeding slowly, cautiously right now, thus far? Or would you want, or do you want Rafael to make a major deal right now. What do you say? Yeah, ask me again, bring it up. I don't know why they brought Aaron back. And Aaron, he's undersized scoring guard. Had a very good year this past season for the Rockets. And he's got a 2-year deal, 2-year, $10 million. But again, got Fred, Jalen, Cam, Reed, Aaron. Is a man going to be in the backcourt as a point guard, or what's his best position? Somebody's not going to play out of the guards. Someone's not going to get consistent minutes. And soon enough, I think it should be Aaron Holiday. And honestly, I don't know why they brought him back, but Aaron getting $10 million, I understand why he signed. Sure. Justin, West is still tough. I think a plan isn't out of the question, but certain guys have to be consistent to do so. Define a lot, correct cuts. I think Reed will spend time in the G League. Coach Udoka said at the presser, it's up to Reed. If he would like, he would love it for Reed to earn the minutes, let his play do the talking, and earn a spot and never spend time in the G League. I think that's kind of unlikely. A lot of rookies need to go down to the G League to get better, to get some minutes. Because when the games start in the regular season, there is not a lot of practice time. And there's not a lot of opportunities to get minutes. But yeah, define a lot of time. Like, give me, like you're saying, 25 games, something like that. October, November, December. What do you think? I don't think it'll be that much. Let's see. X-rays, cool with Rafael being slow. The fact we have the same bench. Well, Tari is going to be back healthy, so that makes a difference. Should make a difference. Justin brings up this point. Rockets getting Reed makes me think they don't think a man is a fit at the point guard position. Jamon says the 3 pick shouldn't go to the G League. If he does, it would be concerning. My colleague, oh yes, if you're those who are late arriving to tonight's show, I mentioned earlier that a colleague of mine predicted Reed Sheppard would be a bust. I know where Jamon's coming from with this, but because of the Rockets, honestly, to me, Reed should take all of Aaron Holiday's minutes. Like I say, I'm being clear. I'm gonna say it again. I don't know why the Rockets re-signed Aaron Holiday. So the fact that they did that kind of tells me that they would not have a problem. It would not be an issue for them if they had sent the 3rd pick down to the G League for a few games. Greg Cuts a lot over 35 games. Now that would be a concern. That would be a concern. If he's down there that much, that's a concern. But Correct Cuts believes Aaron is going to play. I don't see that. Should not be that way. Correct Cuts, Udoka loved Fred and Aaron playing together a lot last season because they're vets. And he thinks he'll trust him over a rookie. Yeah, but he does. He said it again at the presser that players will earn their minutes. They will get the minutes that they earn. He said that. He reiterated that. He repeated that. We shall see. I mean, it's only in July. We'll see. If the Rockets did trade for a vet who was out there that isn't all over the hill, yet. Are all of y'all in on the Rockets not trading for Kevin Durant? Is there one? Is there one who would want to see the Rockets get KD? I don't. But I'm not Tillman. So is there one, or is there more than one, who would like to see the Rockets trade for Kevin Durant? And if so, tell us why. Justin says no deal. Oops. Players need to earn their minutes, but you got to give Reed space to develop and make mistakes as a rookie. X-Ray says, hell no. Definitely Devin, but KD, hell. Okay. All right. I'm really curious to see if there is one person who's watching the show participating in the conversation that would like to see the Rockets trade for Kevin Durant. I am kind of curious. I don't believe there is one. But if you are, don't be shy. You will not get the gas face if you want KD on the Rockets. Okay? You won't get the gas face. You won't even get, let me see if I can find it. You won't even get, you won't get booed. So, nothing like that. No worries about that. You won't get this. So nothing like that. Justin says, oops, right here. Suns would want Green, Şengün, and Tara. Yeah, that's what they want. Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Let's see. Correct Cut says, just KD's about to be 40 because he ain't 37. Pat, thank you for chiming in, CA37. Always good to see you chiming in. Thank you for your support and chiming in on Thursday on the takeover. Appreciate that as well. So no, huh? So no one's gonna wants KD on the Rockets, huh? There's not one. So no. Correct Cuts, I get you, man. I see you. You're coming strong. Just no, hell no, hard pass. Okay, I got you. All right. Okay. All right. That'll do it, fam. Just wanted to touch base, squeeze it in, get back in the swing of things. Talk about Reed Sheppard, and I wanted to mention the little tidbit. One of my colleagues told me that they believe Reed was going to be a bust, and I disagree. And again, aiming to do another Let's Talk Houston Rockets after the Summer League Rockets face the Summer League Lakers next Friday, July 12th. That game is scheduled to start at 6:30 Central. So after that game, we'll do another live stream and discuss it and see if there's any moves, any rumors, or whatever going on there between today and that game. Support the Roundball Review. Click on that $, buy you a mug, click on that shop button. Spread the word about the show. Let everybody know that LTHR is back. And like I said early at the start of the show, if you are in H-Town, if you are along the Texas coast, pay attention to the weather forecast, weather reports. I hope you're ready for Barrel. Take care of yourself. And as always, y'all know it, the Houston Roundball Review since 1994. Yep, that's right. Since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective. Everyone, take care. Peace.
Game over.